Welcome to Discover New Braunfels. I'm standing here with my good friend Nusha, and she is the owner and operator of the brand new Boba Tea and Java House here in New Braunfels. How's it going today?
It's going really well. We've already been pretty busy for our first day.
That's incredible. I'm so excited for you.
Thank you.
Being open for what, like 5 minutes? And
yes, but I think there's been a lot of anticipation. People have been watching it being built, and they're super excited that we're open. So we are too.
That's great. That's great. I had a classic black tea, classic milk tea, and it's just phenomenal, and I'm a little caffeined up right now.
Did you get any toppings?
No, well, I got the Bobas, the little baby ones and the regular ones. Yeah.
Good.
It's really good. So tell me, what made you decide to open up this awesome establishment?
Well, I own Orange Leaf stores, and we've been doing it for a long time. I have 6 children, and my kids wanted for me to do something that was our own thing, that wasn't a franchise, that we could just all come up with ideas and put together. So we opened a Pinterest account, and we started just coming up with ideas of if we did a coffee shop or a bubble tea place, what it would look like. So it's been really cool because all of my kids had a part to play. One designed the logo, the other one did all the artwork on the walls. Another one of my daughters designed all the plants and all the succulents that we put in the store. So we've all been, one of my daughters is 16 years old, and she was sanding wood and staining it and finishing it up so we could open faster. So it's been pretty cool to have all my kids included, and even my 14-year-old, he's begging me that I hire his friends so that they can come and make bubble tea. So it's like a family thing, and I think it's gonna work out really well. My cousin, she went to the Cordon Bleu in London, and she's a chef, so I invited her in to help me develop a menu, so that it was amazing. And I think it's very different from everything else, and I think we're gonna be a lot better.
I love that this is such a family affair. Now, we were talking about locally owned businesses, and you really have that pegged, and I'm just so excited that you got to get all your kids involved, and so their touches are everywhere, and it's just such a lovely, happy place to be. I just love it. So tell me a little bit about your menu. What do you serve?
Well, we are a coffee shop, so we have some specialty drinks. I think we have the regular coffee that you would find anywhere, like a mocha or a latte or a cappuccino. But we have some really special things, like, for example, we're using our grandmother's horchata recipe, which is rice milk, and we actually make it here, so it's all natural. We don't use any high fructose syrup or stuff like that to sweeten. We make our own raw sugar syrup. So we make the horchata, and then you can get like a shot of espresso in it and get an horchata coffee, which is very different. And you can have it cold and iced or frappé, or you can just have it nice and warm. So we have little things like that are very different. We have a chai latte that you can get pretty much anywhere, but we have a Texas chai, which is a very different blend, and we get the leaves. We actually brew the tea here and everything, and then we make it. So we're trying to stay away from all those syrups and stuff, and just make it clean, so that I love it when my kids, if they're gonna drink 24 ounces of something, I want to make sure that it's not just unhealthy stuff, right? So we're trying to be just cleaner.
That's good. That's good.
Yes.
I'm so glad that you're using your grandmother's horchata recipe. That's incredible. I love that you're bringing your family, not just your kids, but your entire family has a touch here. That's great.
Yes, and everything that we're baking is the same thing. Is recipes like the brownies. It's a family recipe that I've changed a little bit over the years, and all of my kids can tell you that everyone loves our brownies. So now we're selling them, and some cupcakes and croissants, and a walnut roll bread that is really, really good. So we have things that are very different and unique, and I think everybody in the area will really enjoy them.
Oh, I know they will, because I already tasted that walnut bread. And
isn't it good?
Yeah, it's so good. So what brought you to New Braunfels?
Well, I am originally from Mexico City, and I married an American, and we lived in St. Louis for 8.5 years, and then he ended up getting transferred to Texas. So we picked New Braunfels just because he was small. I guess I like to say a small town, which is not a small town anymore, but you kind of get that feel of small town. I love the people, so we just decided to stay here. It's just a good place to raise children. We have lots of friends now, and I don't know, we've built our community. I'm very involved with the running community, the triathlon community. My kids are very involved in the church, so I don't know, I feel like now we're kind of from New Braunfels.
Right, your
so
roots are here.
Yes,
Put down
absolutely.
your roots. That's good.
Yes,
That's good.
yes.
So I'm just really delighted that this is our 13th episode, and I'm happy to interview you for the 13th.
Hey, I love that I'm 13 because 13 is like my lucky number.
Is it really? That's good.
Yes, it
That's
is.
good.
So must be a good charm.
Tell me a little bit more about what makes you unique and what makes this business unique.
Well, I think the main things are our coffee is fair trade, certified organic coffee, same as our teas. We don't use high fructose syrups. We make our own sugar, organic sugar syrup. We have a lot of things. Not only we have coffees, we have teas, but we also have some things called Tisanes, which I don't think there's anywhere around here you can get it, which is actually dried fruits, which I guess they dry them and it looks like leaves from like tea leaves, but instead of that is the actual fruit. You put some water in there, really hot water, and you make an infusion, and then all of the sugar and all of the flavor from the fruits come out. You don't even need sugar to sweeten it because it's so delicious. So we have tisanes, we have Italian sodas, which we also make them here. We have mandarin, blackberry, green apple, I mean all kinds of flavors.
Nusha, thank you so much for having us today. I really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you for coming.
Yes, ma'am. My name is Melanie Esqueda, and I'm a real estate agent with Anders Pierce here in New Braunfels, Texas. If you'd like to come have a cup of boba tea with me or discover any of the other places that we talk about on the show, please give me a call and I'd love to show you around. And if you'd like to buy or sell a house too, that would be great.